Hi guys, John here, Mr. Forex Fire. Hope you're all doing well. As promised, we're going to be starting some homework, and I'm going to make it easy for this week, simply because we've got a lot going on in the group at the moment, and I'm going to base this upon the fire zones, okay, and how we can use and utilize these areas on any time frame. These zones will work on any time frame, and I'm going to show you just how that is, and I'm going to give you the magic numbers, okay. This is going to be kept inside of the group. I'm going to try not to post this on YouTube. However, if the file is too big, I might have no option but to do that. But let's have a look at the share screen. Make that handsome head of mine bigger. Let's take a look. Right. So the fibs, this is what they look like. Okay. And you might want to get a pen and a bit of paper for this. We've got a swing low to a swing high, okay? So the 1 and the 0, if you were doing it from the low, from the high to the low, it would look a bit like that, okay? Now, these are the magic numbers. You've got them on the side here, or you can write them down from here. Pause the video, okay? I'll just pause the video, and you can do that now. Welcome back. I hope you have paused the video. We'll run through it anyway. We've got a 1. We've got a 0.9, a 0.85, a 0.6, a 0.56, a 0.44, a 0.4, a 0.15, a 0.1, and a 0. And again, they can go in any order on here. You need the trend line. You need to extend them to the right. Have these in any order with these numbers. They don't have to be in this particular order. Make sure they're all the same color. Have the levels, have the labels to the left, or you can uncheck that. Again, labels to the left. I've just got these on just so you can see that. And that's it for that, guys. Now, I'm going to show you something and just show you how powerful this stuff is. Let's take a look. Where we are. Right. So, as you can see, okay, on here, this is the 15-minute chart we'll look at. Got a lot of consolidation here, okay, from there. And then we've had a breakout, okay? So you could do your fibs. Press the button by accident, get the fibs. We go from the swing low up to the swing high, okay? And computer's playing out the minute when I'm clicking these damn buttons. There we are. So try and make these candles a little bit bigger because I know a lot of people want to see that. So as you can see, if we scroll in, we'll do this section here first. We've came out, we've come in to respect that area. We've come out, we've come back in to respect it. We've hovered on a consolidation zone, okay? We've come down for an impulsive move, breaking the structure, but then we've steadily went back in to an incline, not breaking structure just yet, but that incline has went back into the magic zone, okay? And we didn't get a break of structure until this area here. We got a bit of a break of structure, but not by a body of a candle, okay? And if we follow the money, okay, we've come out, it's respected the zone, it's come back out, then it's pushed through, it's come back into play a little bit. Again, what you've got there, we've pushed through into the other zone, we've come back down, a little bit of manipulation here. Now, if you look at the manipulation on the price, okay, we've got the money zone here, or the fire zone, it's pushed up, and then it's wicked up to the very top end of where price was going to end up going on the high side. So it might have been a bit news on here. Wick to the bottom, wick to the top. We've come back in, and you'll see as we enter these zones, it's not just the one candle. You'll get the consistency of candles, and this will happen on many time frames. So I suppose what you could be looking at is obviously when you sort of come down, you've got this consolidation, you get a break of structure of let's say this area here, the break of structure, okay, you could wait for the break out of here, okay. This in essence could have been, because you've had the breakout, as you all know how I do these things, and you could have maybe set a long position based upon that there, okay. Have your stop loss just below the last low, and your TP would have been right on the liquidity on the high side from the breakout, if that makes sense, okay. It's just one of the methods you could use, where you could use these as supply and demands. The other way you could, because I'm a very visual person, the other way you could do these, okay, if you wanted to, you could do your fibs from the low to the high, or the low to, or the high to the low, and then you could color in your bands, okay, and you'll see, if you're more of a visual person, you can see just how these are respected, okay. So I'm just going to quickly jump onto another pair. Let's have a look. USD GPY. We've got anything on here? Yeah, I had a trade open on this since this morning. That's going well, so I'll need to leave that on there. Let's go to London. GP code. Let's just get rid of that. Let's go on the 1 hour. Okay. And again, we can see, okay, we can see we've got that consolidation. We've had the push up, and then we've had this big spike down. Now, this could be a good one to look at, to be fair. Get your fibs, go from the high down to the low on where we have had the push down. We are initially in here. So again, we've come back down to testing this area. It's getting on late at the moment. However, one thing you could do is go a bit closer in. You could see the last up before the down. Horizontal rear, that candle there. Okay. And you could use this as a position. Not there. I mean, there's a big lot of pips on that, to be fair. And then you could target any one of these downs before the up, okay, any one of these, to be fair. But generally I would look to see which ones are closest to this demand area on the bottom. I will possibly take that. I'll have that as my target area there. That's a 1 to 4.7. Okay, we're waiting for the push up to enter to bring us down, okay. However, you've got these areas below, which are structure points, liquidity. So what you could do, just do that. On these, you could have move SL to break even, okay. Or you could technically have take partial area. So what I mean by that is you could take out half of your position, okay, and then as you take out half your position, you can move your SL to just above or just below the break even area. So again, if this was to come out, as this was to come down, okay, you've got your take partial there. You might get this. It might not quite go to the bottom, and it might reverse on itself. But if it does that and it hits this and goes on above and beyond, it just means, even though you've took a partial here, if it hits the stop loss, you've actually brought the stop loss to below break even. So you're still grabbing a few extra pips. One of the top tips I can give you on that. Let's just have a look at another pair, then I'll set you some homework, okay. Euro USD, again, in on this entry. See what I mean by the take partials? We're almost down on that. That was a good trade for me, to be fair. GBP NZD. Let's see if I can get something on the 4 hour. consolidation. See if I can find someone on the up. Bit of a bad pair, to be fair. Jerry Swiss franc. Right, so we'll use this. This is the 4 hour. Again, determine your high, determine your low. It's broke structure here. Okay. Break out your fibs, high point down to your low point. And again, you'll see here many times as we come down, we've got, I mean, again, if you break these down from the 4 hour, the 1 hour, you'll get more candles within this fractal area. So we go at the 4 hour down to 1 hour. Oh, go back. Because we were in the 4 hour when we set that up. You see how we've got more candles within that fractally? So it's something else you could use with regards to your time frame, to be fair. Come down, go back to the 4 hour, because that's what we were on. Come up, respected. Bounced off the zone, come back down, didn't quite go into the zone, up back into the zone, a little bit of a fake out, come back in, then it pushed out, a little bit of consolidation, up to the next zone. Didn't quite, you could see that was a fake out, come back down to the zone, back out, in the zone, back out, retest the zone, and so on. And basically that's it, guys. I mean, these zones will be tested and tested and tested again. From there, I'm going to go down to the 1 minute, and then we'll set some homework. Let's go on Asian. Let's have a look at Kajip here. This is my nemesis of a pair, to be honest. You see this on here? Look, breakout, retest, consolidation, break, retest, spike between the two zones. Look at that. Couldn't make it up. Come down. That's the low point. And as we've come out, we broke out, retest, broke through. And even if it does break through and it spikes through one of the zones, it's always going to find resistance on that next zone. Again, we might find that this pair comes down to this path. I find that, why is this not working? Get that reloaded back up. We might find that this path comes down. For some reason, my path's not working. Comes down to test either here, or I might push to here, push up to there again for more liquidity to get the retail traders in. We might find it then push to this, and then we might get the push up going on to there. So for me, I would be waiting for a liquidity grab down here and wait for a signature pattern, to be honest. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Let's just see if I can get the candles in here. Right, again, so let's have a look. Got the candle there, so we can see on the trend line, horizontal rear, that's your last up before you're down, okay? Between there and there, although the highs here, break structure from here to here, okay? Your TP on the breaker structure will be around about there. Again, short position. It would have took a while before it ended, but that would have been your entry, just over 2 pips stop loss. That would have been your gain. There's a 1 to 5. Okay, but if we draw the fibs on this from that high down to that low. A lot of candles in between this, to be fair, but you'll get the gist of this, to be honest. So as you see, as we've come down, okay, test, break through, back through, testing on here, test on here, test here, testing between the zone, consolidated. The middle zone seems to be the more stronger magnet, as we call these magnet areas. Again, we've come down. Look where we've come down and we've respected. Look where we've come up, we've respected. Okay. Again, this is an important area simply because of that order block. Okay, so it's come back in to retest that order block area. But then as it's come down, we've then hit the magnet area again. Again, if we get rid of that, okay, and we've had a break of structure from here to here, okay, break of structure from here to here, so the push is down on here. Let's just get rid of that. That means short position would be entered on here, okay. Stop loss is around about 1 pip, okay. So you've had that break of structure from there. Your TP is that there. There's just under 1 to 5. Again, structure point wise. Order block, okay. Break of structure. Push down, push up the enter, and then come back down to hit the TP. Again, when you're doing these, what you could do, if you feel as if it's pushing more, you simply just move the price and the stop loss with each low. So in essence, what you've got is, okay, let's see you got in on that there. Okay, that's a 1 to, that was around about a 1 to 5, wasn't it? Like a 1 to 5, 2, 7 on there. This went all the way down to here. Let's just use this as an example. There's a 1 to 14, right? So as we've come down, you've got an area there, right? So when you've come down and created a pullback and then you've pushed down again, as you've come down, and then done this, and done this. When you've done this, you could technically keep the price going, so your entry or your stop loss will be coming to these sort of areas, your next pullback area, and you could ride this come down. As you come back up and it rides down, you simply just move your stop loss down on there, and as it comes down again, move your stop loss down. It would have been around about there, and then this would still be riding, to be fair. So there was a good trade to be had on that. That's a bit more advanced with the that's a bit more advanced in your trading, to be fair, on taking trades like that. Let's get that right. So what I want you guys to do, okay, if you can please do your fibs, okay, I want your fibs drawn out. So you've got them like this, the 1, the 0.9, 0.85, 0.6, 0.56, 0.44, 0.4, 0.15, 0.10, and the 0. So you need to get that. Go on to the cog, go to template, go to save as. Okay, and you could have these as fire zones. Okay, so every time you go to use them, you can just go, I want my fire zones, and then it's saved. Okay, now I want you to do, you can do this on any time frame, it doesn't just have to be the 1 minute. I just want you to draw. Okay, let's have a look. I want you to draw from a swing high right the way down to a swing low, okay? And I just want to see you color in your boxes like this, just for now. just so you can identify and you can visually see where you're at. That's all it is for this week. And again, you can see how I mentioned the middle zone seems to be the stronger of the magnets. As we go out, we've got the weaker magnets. Again, as we've pushed out, even though this price here is, was it the 1 hour from here to here, there's 23 days worth of candles, okay? And it's still coming back to respect the fire zone. Okay, and I hope this is coming through and showing you just how powerful this is. There is other things that I can show you later on with regards to things like a fixed range, okay, where you can go from a swing high down to swing low, and what will happen is it gives you volume and it'll tell you where most of the contracts lie, okay, and basically imbalance and things like that. But I'm going to leave that for another time, to be fair. Again, I just want to quickly check something. So do this down to here. I just want to test something just off my one. Click OK. Yeah, we've got the entry on that, so I'm going to leave that as well for another time. Yeah, so that's what I want you to do, guys. If you can do your fibs, okay, go back and look on the notes. I hope the little bits of extra that I put in here on what I do on swing points and how these can sort of give extra confluence to areas of support and resistance, okay? As we come out, we break out, we can then come back in and get a retest, okay? And especially when you're getting areas with a big push and then an impulse out. Let me just take a little look. Again, you can see on here, we've got the push down, but then we've had a big impulsive buy move, okay? Just to show you again, that will be your banker's candle there. Okay, that's your banker's candle there. Because you know that this is a magnet area, you've got a long position ended there. Stop loss. Okay, your breaker structure was there from here. So there's your TP there. There's a 2.5. Okay, 1 to 2.5. You could go to the next zone if you wanted to, but I just generally go from where the breakout leads to on the pullback. That's where I want the push to go back on the next one. So yeah, that's what I want you guys to do. Just pick a pair, any pair, draw from the swing high to the swing low. Just for now, draw out your fibs, okay? Have them set up like this with regards to the black trend line, extended lines, right? Have all the numbers on here, and then you want to have the levels, the values, left, middle, so they're sticking out here, and draw whether it's a downtrend or an uptrend. And I just want to see you highlight these areas just so you can see the significance on where price comes back to meet everything. Okay, so that's it for this week's homework. I put a little bit more into it to show you a little bit more of a sneak preview on how you can work it. But again, this is all about taking one step at a time, and we'll implement this a little bit further down the line with regards to more trading. Okay, guys, see you later.